তো তোমরা যেমন সবাই জানো WBCS ফোকাস সিরিজ, যেটা আমি দুদিন আগে স্টার্ট করে দিয়েছি। তো ডেইলি আমি একটা করে ভিডিও নিয়ে আসছি। ফার্স্ট ডে আমি ডেসক্রিপটিভ ইংলিশে নিয়ে এসেছি, কালকে ডেসক্রিপটিভ বেঙ্গলির একটা পার্ট নিয়ে এসেছি, যেখানে আই ডিসকাসড অ্যাবাউট বোথ বেঙ্গল অ্যান্ড ইংলিশ। নাও কালকে তোমাদের একজন, রাদার আইল নেম হিম, পৃথ্বীরাজ বাসু। পৃথ্বীরাজ, তুমি বলেছিলে যে ইউনিফর্ম সিভিল কোড নিয়ে কিছু আলোচনা করার জন্য। সো আমি যেমন তোমাদের কালকেই বলেছিলাম যে তোমাদের যে কোনো টপিক তোমাদের মনে হয় যদি আলোচনা করা দরকার, বাট তোমাদের যদি মনে হয় যে হ্যাঁ এখানে কিছু ডিসকাশন করা দরকার, ইউ নিড হেল্প ইন রিগার্ডিং ইট, সো ডেফিনেটলি টেল মি অ্যান্ড আইল ব্রিং আ ভিডিও, আইল ট্রাই টু ব্রিং আ ভিডিও ইন ইট। তো কালকে যেমন তুমি বলেছিলে, তো সেই জন্য আজকে এই ভিডিওটা তার জন্য, ইউনিফর্ম সিভিল কোড। ঠিক আছে, তো বেসিক্যালি দেখো ইউনিফর্ম সিভিল কোড, ইট ইজ ওয়ান অফ দ্য মোস্ট ইম্পর্ট্যান্ট টপিকস। ওকে, তো এটা শুধুমাত্র তোমার মানে কি বলবো, এটা শুধুমাত্র ফ্রম আ পার্টিকুলার জুডিশিয়ারি পয়েন্ট অফ ভিউ থেকে বলছি না আমি, মানে দোজ হু হ্যাভ পলিটি অপশনাল অর দোজ হু হ্যাভ এনি আদার সাবজেক্ট অপশনাল দ্যাট ইজ রেলিভেন্ট টু দিস টপিক, মানে তাদের অপশনাল তো কোয়েশ্চেনটা ফেস করতেই পারো। অ্যাপার্ট ফ্রম ইট, কোয়েশ্চেনটা সব থেকে বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট হয়ে যায় হলো তোমার ইংলিশ কম্পোজিশন, ইংলিশ এসেতে। ঠিক আছে, এবার যদি হট করে তোমাকে দিয়ে দেয় ইউনিফর্ম সিভিল কোড, ঠিক আছে, মানে দিস ইজ আ ক্রিটিক্যাল টপিক, মানে আনলেস অ্যান্ড আনটিল ইউ হ্যাভ something concrete and unless and until you have prepared this topic, so I think you are going to halter in the examination hall if you don't know about it. Okay, so uniform civil code, what is it? তো আমি আজকে বেসিক্যালি প্রথমে তোমাদের জিনিসটা বুঝিয়ে নেব। I'll explain the matter as lucidly as possible. After that আমি এসে হিসেবে কী করে কী লিখবে না লিখবে সেটা আমি বলে দেবো। তো দেখো, ইউনিফর্ম সিভিল কোড, হোয়াট ইজ ইট অ্যান্ড কেন লাগবে, কিসের জন্য লাগবে, আইল ডেফিনেটলি গো ইন টু ইট। তো ইউসিসি হলো বেসিক্যালি, যদি ডেফিনেশনটা আমি ধরি, হোয়াট ইজ ইউসিসি, তো ইউসিসি হলো বেসিক্যালি সেকুলার পার্সোনাল লজ which are applicable to all citizens equally regardless of their religion. ঠিক আছে, সেকুলার পার্সোনাল লস applicable to all citizens equally regardless of their religion. ওকে, সো এটা হলো ডেফিনেশন, চলে গেল জাস্ট আ সিঙ্গেল লাইনে। তো তোমার ইউসিসি জাস্ট কনসেপ্ট, মানে ইউসিসি হলো বেসিক্যালি এমন একটা ল, মানে এখানে কিন্তু এমন একটা ল বললে এখানে কিন্তু ল এর দুরকম চলে আসছে। ঠিক আছে, সিভিল ল, ক্রিমিনাল ল। এখানে কিন্তু আমি সিভিল ল নিয়ে কথা বলছি, আই এম অনলি স্পিকিং অ্যাবাউট সিভিল ল। ওকে, সো বেসিক্যালি from where this concept arose of the UCC, basically you can tell that UCC can be told to trace back its origin to early Romans. Okay, because they governed themselves on civil laws and not on holy texts. So early Romans governed themselves on civil laws and not on holy texts. Are not only Romans but Mesopotamians. তো মেসোপটেমিয়ান্স, যেটা আইভিসিতে তোমরা পড়লেও মানে যেখানে তোমরা একটা রেফারেন্স পাবে, মেসোপটেমিয়ান্স ফলোড দ্য কোড অফ উরনামু। ঠিক আছে, মানে উরনামু কোড হলো দ্য ওল্ডেস্ট ল কোড ইন হিস্ট্রি। সে এই উরনামু কোডটা জিনিসটা কি? উরনামু কোড ইজ নাথিং বাট ইট স্পিক্স অফ আ ideology which says that one family should follow one set of rules. This is the like code of Ur-Nammu. Okay, and apart from the Roman and the Mesopotamian texts, like what are the sources that you can refer for the origins of UCC? The US Constitution, which we refer while studying Indian polity. So US Constitution এ কিন্তু বলা আছে all men are equal, all citizens are equal, and all of them must follow the same law. Okay, so this is the definition. I told you about the definition, and after that I told you about the origin of UCC, Uniform Civil Code. Okay, now Uniform Civil Code, like it is incorporated in our constitution in Article 44. Okay, so Article 44 as a DPSP. So এখানে তোমরা বলতেই পারো যে স্যার, if this is such a matter of concern, why is it not included in the fundamental rights part and only as a DPSP? Why was it not adopted? Okay, কারণ কি দেখো মানে at that time, like in 1947-48, like India was a vast and diverse country. It is still a vast and diverse country, and it is a constant chaos of religions, ethnicities, customs, and social structures. So at that time, what the communities felt is that if they bring a uniform civil code, then that is going to be a threat to the religious freedom. Okay, because at that time the minorities, they tried to hold on to their personal laws, because each community, each religion, they have different personal laws, and the communities at that time, the minority communities at that time, they wanted to hold on to their personal laws. So the Islamic fundamentalists and the Orthodox Hindus opposed it. Okay, and not only that, like because money, you can tell that at that moment, since it was, the moment was a mixture of, or a hodgepodge of everything, the partition, the freedom, the in-migration, the out-migration, lots of refugees coming in. So there was too much going on to adopt or to hold on to something unique and to hold on to something single. Okay, so that was the sole reason that it was not adopted at that time, and it was left to the future generation, that when the time is right and when they feel that it is necessary, the future generation should adopt it. Okay, so this is the UCC, and this is the beginning of the UCC. Why was it not adopted, and where does it trace its origin? Okay, now I'm going to explain to you, like there are two, as I told you, there are two different types of laws. Okay, one type of law applies equally to all. Okay, like the Indian Penal Code, the Evidence Act, the Income Tax Act. So one which is applicable to all, they are called public laws. Okay, and the other category of law which is not uniformly applicable is specifically applied to certain communities. Okay, they are known as personal laws, like the Muslim personal law, the Hindu personal law, and it depends on the religious customs and traditions. So the personal laws, they are subcategorized, like they consist of the marriages, divorce, adoption, maintenance, these things. Okay, so the marriage, divorce, adoption, maintenance, inheritance, everything comes under personal law, and personal law is not uniformly applicable throughout the country. Okay, so if someone is not governed by their personal law, or they don't want to be governed by their, specific communities don't want to be governed by a personal law, they go for special acts. Special acts in the sense Special Marriage Act of 1954. Like Special Marriage Act 1954 deals with issues, marriage related issues, irrespective of religion, like it is applicable. Okay, irrespective of religion, those who don't want to be governed by their community personal laws, they are governed by the Special Marriage Act 1954. Okay, so these are the two kinds of laws. One is the public and one is the personal. Now the personal laws, they are included in the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution. Okay, the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution, and it is a part of the concurrent list, where the state as well as the center both have right in making a law. Okay, so personal law is a part of the concurrent list. Now Now, why why it is named as a uniform civil code? Okay, since we want one law for the whole nation, then why not common civil code? Why it is called as a uniform civil code? Because see, if it has been called as a common civil code, like common means that one and same in all circumstances. Suppose I am facing some issues in a particular situation. Suppose let's call it case X. Okay. And my friend is facing similar issue in a different situation. Okay. So both our situations are different. Mine is case X, his or hers is case Y. So if the civil code that is applicable is common, then irrespective of our cases, it is applicable to both of us. So basically it is a one size fits all approach. But if both our cases don't pertain to the same priority level or the same urgency level or the critical nature of our cases, then that is useless, right? So why uniformity is required? Suppose my situation case X is categorized into a particular instance and case Y is of a different instance. So anyone all over the country, if they face situation X, they should be dealt in a uniform manner, and every person who faces case Y should be dealt in a uniform manner. So there shouldn't be a one size fits for all approach. So that is the reason that uniformity should come in similar situations. Uniformity should be there. The law should be applicable to all persons in similar situation or conditions. So that was the reason. Okay. Now, what is the only state in India which can be called having a uniform civil code? That state is called Goa. Okay. The uniform civil code that is prevalent in Goa is a continuation of Portuguese Civil Procedure Code, okay, of 1939, because the whole country was ruled by the British, but Goa was ruled by the Portuguese till 1961. So Goa is the only state in India which has a kind of uniform civil code, and it is a continuation of Portuguese Civil Procedure Code of 1939. Okay. Now, even though it is called as a uniform civil code, the one which is prevalent in Goa, like it is free from discrimination. Whether it is free, is it really free from discrimination? No. That civil code is also deeply discriminated, and it is deeply discriminated to already marginalized sexualities. Okay. The already marginalized sections feel more marginalized through the civil code. I am going to cite you one example. Suppose in the Portuguese Civil Procedure Code, if a wife performs adultery, the husband can divorce his wife. Okay. But if the husband performs adultery, then it has to be scandalous. If the husband is living with a mistress, the husband has to live with a mistress, or the husband has to leave his wife, then only this code is going to be applicable to the husband. See the discrimination. If the wife only performs adultery, then this code is applicable. The husband can seek divorce. But if the husband performs adultery, then there are three conditions. That it has to be scandalous. Second, the husband has to have a mistress, has to live with a mistress. Third, the husband has to leave his wife. So it is discriminatory to women. Okay. So now let's, since it is a judiciary topic, so obviously we are going to take reference of one of the most important cases related to it, and that is the Muhammad Ahmed Khan versus Shah Banu 1978 case. So what it deals with is that Shah Banu, after 40 years of marriage, she filed a petition demanding maintenance after irrevocable talaq of 40 years of marriage from her husband. Okay. So by which section did she demand maintenance? She demanded maintenance under section 125 of Criminal Procedure Code. Okay. So she was initially granted that maintenance by a lower court in 1980, and Supreme Court also gave a judgment in favor of Shah Banu in 1985, where an act was passed called Maintenance of Wives, Children and Parents. The maintenance part, the maintenance of wives, children and parents, which is applied to all citizens irrespective of religion. Okay. Now what happened is that Shah Banu got justice from Supreme Court. Okay. But the Muslim Personal Law Board, they defended the application. They said that the Supreme Court judgment is violating the Islamic personal law. Okay. So because the Muslim personal law is based on Sharia law. Okay. And it denies divorced Muslim women the rights of alimony. So what happened is that the clerics, the Islamic fundamentalists, they took to the streets, and the government was compelled to pass an act, and the act was known as the Rajiv Gandhi government was compelled to pass an act, and the act was known as Muslim Women Protection of Rights of Divorce Act 1986. And that particular act made section 125 of Criminal Procedure Code inapplicable to Muslim women. So basically, this act of 1986 reversed the Supreme Court judgment. Okay. See how much discriminatory it is that when the apex court of our country gives a judgment in favor of someone who is really in need of a justice, then the personal law board, particular community law board, compels the government to pass an act which reverses the judgment of Supreme Court. Okay. Now, why should we now in our state, in our country, the states of Nagaland, Meghalaya, Mizoram, they are not governed by mainstream laws. Okay, they make their own laws, own personal laws based on their customs and practices, no matter how archaic they seem to be. To preserve their culture, they make their own laws. Okay. So why do we feel that the common civil code or the uniform civil code is necessary? Because if we have a uniform civil code, it will help to cause the national integration by removing desperate loyalties to laws that have conflicting ideologies. Okay. So what I am trying to say is that, like, the UCC is going to help in national integration. It is going to remove blind adherence to laws which conflicts certain ideologies. Okay. And in 2018, Law Commission gave a report where it told that even though UCC is not required right now, but the discriminatory clauses or sections which are there in the personal laws, they can be removed and they should be made uniform or less discriminatory, which will help to smoothly execute, or rather get a uniform structure in all the communities. So what does the Law Commission report of 2018 propose? Okay, the Law Commission of 2018 proposed compulsory registration of marriage, uniform age of consent of marriage. Mind you, these are all irrespective of religions. Okay, they are applicable to all religions. Okay, the third one is irretrievable breakdown of marriage as a ground for divorce. Spouses are equally entitled to property after marriage. And the last is bigamy on conversion should be void. Okay, these are the 5 points given by the Law Commission in its report on 2018, which said that by following these five points, the discriminatory parts in the personal laws can be removed and made uniform irrespective of religion. Now say here I would like to take reference of other courts cases which are relevant from WBCS mains point of view, because in Indian polity of WBCS mains, that particular paper, you get to you need to basically learn some cases which are relevant. Okay, so UCC. So in UCC, what are the cases that are relevant? I am going to name them. The first one is obviously of Muhammad Ahmed Khan versus Shah Banu 1978. The second one is Usman Khan Bahmani versus Fatimun Nisa Begum 1990. Abdul Qadir versus Razia Begum 1990. Motihar Rahman versus Savina Khatun 1993. Kaka versus Hassan Bano 1997. Karim Abdul Rahman Sheikh versus Shehnaz Karim Sheikh 2000. Okay, these are some of the cases which are relevant to ICC. Okay, now here we have talked about whatever has happened in India regarding UCC, what are the states that have the UCC, what are the states that make their own personal laws. Now I'm going to give reference to other countries which have reformed their personal laws. So the other countries which have reformed the personal laws are Turkey, Tunisia, Morocco, Egypt, and Jordan. Okay, where Turkey and Tunisia, they have abolished polygamy, and Egypt and Jordan, they have banned triple talaq. So if foreign countries can reform their personal laws, and if Western democracies can follow a common civil code, then why can't India do the same? Okay. So here, where I have referred to the foreign countries and the Western democracies, you can put this part in conclusion. Okay. So as a way forward, you can definitely say if others are following, if others are reforming their personal laws, then obviously we can also do that. By doing it, it is going to empower the women, uplift the minorities, empower the minorities. They should be actively involved in the management of the country as a whole. Their decisions are also going to make an impact. And introduction I've already given. Suppose if this has come as an essay, okay, introduction, you can give the definition as well as where it is traced or where its origin came from. Then you can say how it evolved. Okay, the laws that are there, what is needed, why was it needed, why was it not adopted during the time of uh, during the during 1948. Okay, in the time of partition, why was it not adopted after independence? Okay, so, and why is it called a uniform civil code, why not a common civil code, where in which list does it come? Okay, now here I referred about article 44. Now article 44 comes under DPSP. The DPSP is non-justiciable, not enforceable in courts. So, what Article 44 says? Article 44 says that the state shall endeavor to secure for the citizens a uniform civil code throughout the territory of India. Okay, it's the responsibility of the state to secure for its citizen a uniform civil code. Now, why was it incorporated in DPSP and why not fundamental rights? Because, as I told you earlier, minorities were not comfortable losing their personal laws. They wanted to keep their personal laws. Okay, they wanted to keep their freedom. They thought that if they are not governed by a uniform civil code and if they are governed by a personal law of their own community, then they have that religious freedom. Okay, and that religious freedom is going to be taken away from them if they follow a secular code. So that was the reason why it was incorporated in a DPSP and not as a fundamental right. So I think I have explained the Uniform Civil Code in a simple and easy way, and I hope, Prithviraj, it is going to help you as well as others regarding the essay and also in optional papers if you have this topic. So if you guys have any other topics you want to discuss, or if you have any other subjects that you feel like you are lacking, that you are weak in, that you need some more discussions regarding it, since the exams are round the corner, if you need to discuss about it more, if you want some more fodder points, if you want to know what to write, what not to write, what to refer, what are the cases that are that can be referred to it, or what are the things that you need to keep in mind while expressing or writing that topic, then obviously drop a comment. I am always there for you. I'll definitely try my level best to give you a proper answer. I'll definitely try to help you out. Hope, just like my previous videos, I'll get your support. If you really like this video, please like, share, and subscribe as much as possible, because your support encourages me to bring more such new videos. And study hard, strategize smartly. Best of luck for the exam. Thank you. The family man is signing out today.